be talking in a minute. I'm here like every Sunday morning, spending much more money than I should spend. But go back to Wegmans. I think I've been 4 years old. My mother walked me into a Wegmans. It was the first Wegmans on Driving Park Avenue. And I remember they built the store a couple years later, a brand new store. It's not there any longer. But Wegmans has been a big part of our family for our whole life in Rochester. And not only to me, it's the number one place to work, number one supermarket in the country. I think it's run by the number one family. Going back to Bob Wegman, Danny, Colleen, Nicole, the entire Wegman family. What they do, not only for the business, but what they do for our community is unparalleled. And just watching them over the years, the things that they support quietly, what they do, and the people they've helped, the organizations they've helped, the ecosystem they've created in this whole region, agriculture and suppliers, everything, the impact is just profound. It really is. And so always proud to come here. And I was in Albany for 4 years. They had ShopRite, and they had other stores there. But I would always stop at the Electronics Parkway Wegmans on the way, if you know where that is, near Syracuse or DeWitt, load up with these, used to be $5 meals, I think a little bit more. But load up with 4 or 5 of those for the week, pay the cook, and go to Albany and come back. But just something that really have always had a passion for this place. The last thing I'll say before Matt talks, whatever you want to buy products, I just, when you look at business, and everybody here, you're in business, trust is a big factor. When I take a Wegmans product, I trust it. Their name is on it. I just have this belief and trust, and I think to have that in any business is a great thing. So we appreciate you guys coming. We have a great tour set up for you. And without any further ado, I know that the prepared foods, I learned this from with our time with Wegmans, is a number one growth opportunity for Wegmans. And that's where my wife knows exactly how much I spend. I get 2 containers every week. She checks those out, and but it's fantastic. It really is. So Matt, as I said, he's been here for 12 years as chef. If you're a chef at Wegmans, you are really top shelf in your profession. So please welcome Chef Matt.
Thank you. Well, welcome. Thank you for coming today. I thought about what I kind of wanted, the message I wanted to relay to you guys. And I think we all know the history of Wegmans pretty well, right? I could go through the history, but we all know that pretty well. I think what makes Wegmans an incredible place, the number one place to work, is it's a top-down company, as Mr. Duffy was saying. Danny, Colleen, Nicole, they're hands-on. We'll see them 2 or 3 times a week in this store alone. Every day at Pittsford. They're boots on the ground. They are living the values. They are proclaiming the excellence, and it speaks volumes to the employees. We have the same ketchup and the same toilet paper as ShopRite, as he was saying. The difference with Wegmans is the people. It's the investment in people. I've been a chef for 25 years, so I've traveled the country, working in different kitchens, working for pretty predominant chefs. But I came back to Rochester because I'm a big fan. I love the seasons, I love the people, I love this city. Through my experiences, I was a good cook. I was a decent manager. Since my 12 years with Wegmans, I am a much better cook, and I am twice the manager that I used to be because of the values and what is expected of me, the excellence. We're going to go through prepared foods. So it is our number one growth opportunity within Wegmans. It's really what sets us apart. Besides the people is the opportunities that we have for business with our prepared foods division. We don't talk about, when we talk about food, we don't talk about pounds of food, we talk about tons of food. We really produce an amazing amount of food. And to do that, we had to come up with kitchen designs that make sense and that we are able to really become efficient. We have to be good at what we do. Our number one expense is labor, and we accept that, and we're proud of that. However, we have to be very smart with that because at the end of the day, we have to make money, right? So I'm going to kind of show you what we've done within this store, which is definitely an innovation store as far as our kitchen design. So we opened up November of 2016. The new store, the new side of the store, the prepared food side and the perishable side, we call it. About 2 months before construction started, we had a completely different kitchen design. Danny always says to us, standing still is not an option, and he means it. So we actually, the original drawing was a completely different kitchen design than this. We changed gears completely and thought this would be the right design to service our customers. So, you know, it's really, I can't wait to show you, really. We're so extremely proud of it. So, should we go ahead and do that? Should we?
Any questions, though?
Any questions so far? I mean, obviously, this is going to be interactive. You guys can ask questions as we're walking. Yes, sir.
So, to build on your point, my cousin lives in Ashburn, Virginia, and talks about Wegmans and the Wegmans store for them and its integration into the community, and how it supports the Girl Scouts, or it supports this event, or that type of thing like that. And so it's just not Rochester for Wegmans. It's wherever Wegmans is at, they seem to take with them what they've learned to do here. So it's just phenomenal because, oh, you're right there in Wegmans, and you know, like that. So, cousin, yes, we're right there. So
to that point, tourism has dropped drastically here since they expand up and down the coast. Because people would come here. I have family down in Bethesda, D.C. area, and they would always come up here. First thing they go to Pittsburgh Wegmans. It'd be like a big, like going to a museum. And just really, it's so true in what they do. And how many stores have people lined up going out the door when there's an opening? And up and down the coast, you see that. Man, I have a question for you. You mentioned you love the seasons. How many seasons do we have here in Rochester?
This year?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, you speak to that. That is one of our values, is making a difference in our community. And we take that very serious, you know. So I think, you know, it speaks for itself. It's pretty incredible, not a doubt. Any other questions?
What is your educational background, and how did you land upon Wegmans after working out in the real world?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so my educational background is I have a brother that's 17 years older than I am. He went to California Culinary Academy, and which is no longer open, and was a chef. So he came back to Rochester and opened a restaurant in Eastview Mall called Barnegat's. I doubt anybody remembers it, but it was a pretty cool concept. In fact, it was a seafood concept, and he was airlifting fish in before people were doing that. It was pretty neat. So every time, my parents were a little bit older when they had me, so every time I got in trouble, they sent me to the restaurant. So my grounding was washing dishes, child labor. I think there's some but anyway, so you know, I kind of got the bug there. From there, I out of high school went to Victor High School. From there, I said, gosh, I want to be a chef, Mom and Dad. And they said, are you nuts? You're going to school. So I ended up going to community college, Herkimer Community College. Came back, went to Fisher for education, actually. And then I was cooking all the way through, just kind of working part-time in kitchens. And I couldn't get rid of the bug. So I ended up going to the CIA for 2 years. Got a whole bunch of connections and met a lot of people. From there, I kind of traveled a little bit. As I said, cooked in different cities. Came back, worked for a couple different restaurants within, anybody remember the Brasserie? I worked there. I was at Two Vine for a while. I was at Empire Brewing Company, for those of you who remember that. And then I opened up a couple of my own restaurants. And then I met my wife. And she's a Wegmans girl. She's now a city school teacher, but and you know, the life of a chef outside of Wegmans is a little crazy. You know, you're working with other leisuring. It's a lot of hours, long hours, holidays, things like that. So she said, "Hey, I know a lot of people at Wegmans. Do you want to try it?" And I kind of always had Wegmans in the back of my head as being an incredible company, and not really sure where I'd fit in. You know. But I came in and I took a major pay cut, but I was sold. I did my research beforehand. You know, I learned what was important to Wegmans, and it kind of lined up what was important with me, to be honest with you. And I came in and I was what we call a Cook One team leader. And so that's, very low level management, and worked my way up through. I took that pay cut because I saw the benefits. I saw that there's a lot of growth in this company, and we promote from within. I learned that we really do invest in our people. I was able to take a couple courses at RIT that Wegmans paid for. I've traveled to New York on numerous occasions working with some of our consulting chefs. The investment that Wegmans has put into me, it's priceless. It really is. And I don't take that for granted, and I make sure that I give back as well. So, but yeah, that's kind of my story. Yes?
So you're talking about prepared foods, and so how do you think from your perspective as a chef and working with other head chefs in Western New York compared to your trips in New York City, where do you think prepared foods is ultimately going as to how interactive it's going to be for keeping consumers within that dynamic, and then kind of education along with kind of a play on food, or like how interactive do you think grocery stores are going to get? Where are they pushing? I mean, how is Wegmans going to compete
Sure.
with Amazon Fresh? We kind of see this like technology and food, but technology still hasn't tapped food yet, playing with these delivery systems. So from your perspective, I mean, where do you see that going?
Yeah, sure. Obviously, we're going to become competitive. We have to. We have no choice. Here they come, And at the same token, we go into their markets as well. So, there's a lot of talk about some different avenues that we are going to take. Right now, we do have a delivery service, Instacart, that we work with. We do a lot of business with them, and they've been doing a nice job with us. There is a lot of talk, though, of possibly, I think...
Is there anything specific, or from your, like a chef?
Nothing that I can comment on, nothing that has... nothing that I've seen
Right.
physically, but there's a lot of talk. I do know that, the VPs and whatnot really look at prepared foods as a large restaurant. And I think we're going to really scratch that surface of being more of a restaurant than a prepared foods.
Yeah, I get that. Gary Wegmans said that the Amazon take over Whole Foods is investing in after Wegmans. Just hard to imagine Wegmans ramping up their game, but he said they did. So it's fascinating to see what they're doing, and I'll bet on Wegmans on that one anytime.
Yeah,
I really
there's
will.
a lot of exciting things that are coming out, without a doubt.
Really a big tour. First of all, I want to thank Matt for his presentation. I want to thank Matt and the entire Wegmans family for hosting us this morning. Thank you guys all for taking time to come and go on the tour. I want to thank our events team over here, Bill Anderson, Susan George, and Michelle Heffron for all their help setting it up. Kevin Downey is in the corner, our membership director. Kristen Graves over here taking pictures along with Dan Smith. And just appreciate you guys all coming here. Hope you, during the tour you have a chance to also have a little connectivity with people here, maybe some business opportunities. But thanks for coming, and let's go on. Should we go on a tour?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm going to have my sous chef, John, join us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a great experience.
That's my show. Great. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Where are we heading, Matt?
Oh, this way, right here.
Well, while we're waiting, just tell us the stops on today's tour.
Okay, we're gonna hit the main kitchen, prepared foods. We're going to. I'm really excited to show you guys a new pizza program that we've just launched. I'm gonna show sushi. I want to do the whole prepared foods. All right, you ready? Hey, John, you time to join us? I do. So this is my sous chef, John. At Wegmans, we have a traditional brigade system. That's what the kitchen hierarchy is called. So in this particular store, we have an executive chef myself. I have 2 sous chefs. Then we have a series of team leaders. Then we have, which are called cook 1s. Then we have cook 2s, cook 3s, and then part-time help. And that's kind of how the brigade works, okay? So you'll see, people you see working back here are cook 1s, cook 2s, cook 3s, okay? So when we talk about packaged foods, traditional grocery stores probably didn't do what we do here at Wegmans. I think everyone has upped their game since, but you know, we're talking 10, 15 years ago. Well, we cook everything fresh. We blast chill it, so bring it down to a temperature that's out of the danger zone, and then we package it. And I'm going to walk you through that whole process in the kitchen. Out here, but in the kitchen. But all of this food was made fresh. So 3 days is all we give this food. So we make it, we package it, and within 3 days we sell it, or what we call shrink it. Food safety is our number one thing that we do here at Wegmans. Keeping you guys healthy. As a chef, you take an oath that everything that I make or I'm a part of making is consumed and doesn't get you guys sick, right? That's the most important thing. That's part of that trust that Mr. Duffy was talking about. So, as you can see, these packaged goods here take up 1/3 of my business. So it's a big piece of what we do. So how do we get that done? Yes?
Food wastage do you have?
We're very conscious of our food waste. There is a percent of food waste, without a doubt. But we are graded, so to speak, on that food waste. So it's very high on our list of things that we're managing. Yeah, without a doubt. Yep. We're very responsible with it, without a doubt. So if we want to turn around real quick here. So as I was saying, this kitchen is, I can't bring everyone back there because we have hair restraints and all that stuff, but this kitchen is a brand new design. There's only about 3 stores that have this kitchen design. It's called the Shepard design. So basically what happens is all foods that go to our bars go this way. As you can see, this gentleman's cooking. The other side, there's the exact same line on the other side, minus a few ovens, plus a few ovens, I should say. So all of our proteins and vegetables get pushed this way out to the bars, and then everything that gets packaged in these packages goes this way into blast chillers. So basically what we do is we cook our food to 165 degrees, because that takes us out of the danger zone, right? From there, we have to cool it down very, very quickly. Again, that danger zone, so 165, or actually 140 to about 40 degrees is that danger zone. We want to get products down below that as soon as possible. So we have special refrigerator units called blast chillers. And they're just that. They're like a freezer that blows a lot of air, cold air, to bring that product down. From there, it goes on to these 4 tables back here. So on those 4 tables, 1/3 of my business is packaged. So it's pretty incredible. As you can see, follow the carrot. So it goes in the blast chiller, it gets packaged, and you can see them packaging right now, and then right out to the tail. Did I miss any points, John?
No, I think you pretty much covered, what makes our kitchen unique versus traditional Wegmans kitchens.
Yeah. So from there, all the hot food goes out to the bars, right? So what we'll do is once we start that, obviously it's early in the morning, so we don't set up these bars until about 11:30 when our customers are here. So myself or John will be standing at that table, and we garnish each dish as well as taste to make sure that it's right. This allows us to have a lot of coaching opportunities with our cooks, a lot of development. So, you know, I work side by side, or John works side by side with them every single day. So that's how we kind of develop our people as well in becoming really, really good cooks. And that's how we're able to take a part-time kid from grocery who happens to be interested in food. We're able to bring him over here and teach him how to cook and really give him a career, which is pretty incredible, pretty neat. So, first person is in about 5 o'clock in the morning, and then the last person leaves about 11 o'clock. And
What about your pub over here? Is there a separate kitchen for the pub?
there is. We'll go over there. I'll take you guys over there. Yeah. So as we move down, so here at Wegmans, we enjoy a lot of different cuisines. We learn a lot about a lot of different cuisines. But one of the things we're most proud of is our sushi program. We roll all of our own sushi here at Wegmans. As you can see, we train all of our people to roll sushi. The thing that's really neat about this is the fact, the work that we put in the back. There is a story for each and every fish item here. We have gone to great lengths to find the best of the best. Our salmon, for instance, our king salmon comes from New Zealand. It is a incredible salmon. It's basically a quick picture for you. So it's on the farm is on the side of the glacier. Okay? So it's constantly melting into this body of water, which creates movement. So this water is crystal clear. We are one of the only companies that use this particular farm. And like I said, we've gone great lengths to get the best of the best products. Our tuna is from South Korea. It's awesome. So it's caught on lines, brought in onto the boat. It is then slaughtered, instantly frozen down to minus 160 or minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit. It is then brought to our vendor and then brought to us. Never loses the frozen chain. We have little indicators that let us know if it ever reaches minus 20 degrees. So we're able to send that product back if it ever doesn't or breaks that chain. Our rice, we've gone to great lengths to not only learn about rice, but get the best rice that we possibly can. Just really, really proud of this program. Has anyone tried our sushi?
Yeah. Well, I love that you guys now are selling it by the pound. I
Yes.
remember some years ago I would always ask, can I get some so
Yes.
we can make it at home?
Yes.
And now you are, and it's fantastic.
You're
How
a
long have you
Pittsburgh.
been
You're a
doing
Pittsburgh
that?
customer, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize you. I was there for about 5 years. Yeah. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
The sushi, how long ago did you start selling it?
By the pound?
Yeah.
Probably about 3 years ago.
Oh, it has been 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can always buy it by the pound and make it yourself if you want to, which is fun. Or put it on a salad or anything. Yeah. Absolutely.
No.
Move along.
may stop here on our way to work.
Sure.
We want to pick up meals for the day.
Yep.
The first thing we notice is like sushi's great for lunch, but it's not in the morning.
Right. The reason for that, and so our drivers are really business or meal periods. Sushi is a one-day item, so we roll it today, and then after we sell it. So you can always walk up. Like if we were to walk up there right now and ask for a roll, they'd make it for you.
Okay.
Without any issue.
So as the first question in my mind to going to even an online ordering type thing for food, something like that at a short time window. If
Yep.
you placed it, could you get it sort of pick up and go?
We'd have to look into that. Yeah. Like I said, we're able to roll you anything from as soon as the rice is done. They get here at 5, so the rice is done. The first batch would be done about 7. So from 7 on, we can really roll. And then these bars. So we set up the cold bars early because customers tend to shop them earlier. The warm bars we don't. Basically, with these warm bars, the Asian food and the Mexican food, it's an hourglass. So you've got about 20 minutes to sell it before it just is not our standard. So we tend to wait closer to 11:30 for that. So our brick oven pizza. So we were the first store to get this concept. This is a brand new concept to Wegmans. Brick oven pizza is what it's called. Okay. So what we did is, everybody has a different style of pizza they like, right? We happen to love here at Wegmans Neapolitan style. So we went to Italy. And we actually have a chef. Our chef for Amore is a certified expert pizza maker. So he's been a huge consultant with this. So what we did is we actually import the flour. We import the sauce right from Italy. The sauce has 3 ingredients: tomatoes, salt, and water. That's it. With the flour, what we do is we go through a fermentation process. So it's a bulk fermentation process. So we make dough today that we use 3 to 5 days to make. So we call that dough Asian. What happens with that? It gets a whole bunch of flavors. It's like a sourdough. Same idea. So that oven right there is made from rock, volcano, and Naples. The company that actually built it for us is in Washington, D.C. But all the components come from it runs at 800 degrees. It's a rotating deck, so rotation takes 115 seconds. That rotation will be finished. It's as you can see from the pictures. Unfortunately, we're not up and running at this point, but as you can see by the pictures, it's definitely a different style of pizza than you see at other restaurants. They did.
Was this here first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. This was the first one in the company. So now I think we have like 4 or 5. I think Holt Road has one. Pittsford, and then a couple. DeWitt have one. And then new markets have some.
And are they all switching over?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not positive.
What is all this hardware up here?
That's all the power.
Oh, okay.
It takes a lot of power to run this.
Thought maybe they were like wireless alarms or something. This is how long this has been in. Time to take that out, or
nope. That's all of our power.
That's a great question. Are they monitored that way, or do you do it on your own sort of self-management process of how long something's been out?
Okay, so yes and no. So yes, we self-manage without a doubt. We also have a computer system that helps us with food safety type things.
So it'll tell you, this has been out for 23 minutes. It's time to switch it out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Hey Matt, how fast is the pizza oven again?
107 or 115 seconds for a rotation.
Good rotation.
Yep.
Just how you get them done in 3 minutes or less.
Right. Any other questions on that? How many Yes, yep, I can. Yep, we're gonna try it.
Tell everybody what's hot or something.
No, yeah. Human safety is really important to us, so we make sure that we do all that. So we have our traditional sub shop. We make all of our bread fresh. We cut all of our meats fresh every single day. We take great pride. This is this is one of the busiest places. We have stations. We have in prepared foods. People love the subs. We've got a really unique coffee shop. I want to tell a little story about that. So Danny Wegman went to Italy and got this incredible cup of coffee. And he comes back and says, I want this cup of coffee here at Wegmans. So we went to work. And this was about 5 or 6 years ago. So we went to work and we sourced organic beans, organic milks, and we learned a process of how to make the proper cup of coffee. We call it the buzz. It's when done right, there's nothing better. So we then, so we figured it out. Okay, we got the calculations and the timings and all those things and the pressure for the beans and all that stuff together. And then we went ahead and we came up with a training program for our employees. So we have certified baristas in every single one of our Buzz coffee shops. They are trained, tested, and then retested to make sure that we are giving you guys the best possible cup of coffee, which is pretty incredible for a grocery store, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Do you have nitro coffee here?
we do have nitro. Yep.
Is it in every store now?
Not quite yet, I don't believe. It's getting there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Explain nitro coffee.
Sure. So basically what it is, it's a cold brew coffee. It's cold brew coffee. So cold brew coffee, we steep that for 24 hours in refrigerating units. So it's steep cup of batch of coffee. That's in ground beans. Yep. We actually put them in little pods and we steep it. Now, what makes it nitro is we actually, it's the same gas that you use in Guinness, same idea. We infuse that into the coffee, the cold brew, and the coffee. Yes, it is very, very sweet. Yeah. It cascades just like Guinness one. It's pretty neat, yeah, without a doubt. Yep. Yes. Yep. Yes.
Do you have like handbooks back there at every
Oh yeah.
station?
Oh yes. Oh yes, we do.
Does Danny write them or does another company write them?
Yeah, in-house. We make them. Yep, they're in-house.
Question, does Danny want?
Oh, it's okay.
Ask me about manuals and
SOPs.
Got it, okay.
Yep. Yeah, we have a job aid for everything.
So you're lean. That's good.
Yep. Yep. So we can walk around here. Within prepared foods, one of our largest opportunities is our catering department. So it's really a growth opportunity. People don't realize what we can do. I mean, we can really, soup to nuts, we can put on a full party for you guys. We can be on premise. It can just be a pickup thing. But you know, we over the years we've done major weddings, large weddings. We do lots of graduation parties, things like that. So it's a big opportunity for us within prepared foods. Most stores have catering departments at this point. So, grocery company owns restaurants, right? Kind of crazy. So, this is our pub. There are 11 pubs total in Wegmans. We have 4 concepts, basically. So we have a burger bar, which is located in our Pittsburgh and Canandaigua location. Sandwiches, burgers, salads, very fresh, very delicious. We have pubs, which is the next level. So full bars, little more upscale menus, full service. That's where we start the full service. And then we have an Italian concept called Amore. We just have one of those, and that's at the East Avenue store. So authentic Italian, upscale, wineless, things like that. And then we have Next Door, which is the creme de creme. We're very, very proud of Next Door. Honestly, I know I'm biased, but it is my favorite restaurant in Rochester. The things that the chefs there are able to create and do are incredible. The sushi is awesome. The gentleman who runs the sushi over there is from Japan. He's been doing sushi for 20 years. He's forgotten more than I know. I mean, he's incredible. He's just Satoshi is his name. If you ever get a chance to meet him, he's a really wonderful person and really genuine. So we just got done doing a beer dinner last week, which was really, really fun. We partnered with Founders, the brewery, and we did a sold-out beer dinner. Went really, really, really well. We had up there beer called PDX. Obviously, something that's kind of unique, so you can't really see it, but there's those arms that are up there. That grill right there, it's a flat top grill, and those arms come down, and they're heat arms. So we can cook a burger to medium rare in about 45 seconds because of the heat from the press as well as the flat top grill, which is kind of unique and kind of neat, kind of fun. But yeah, any questions?
Do you do private events in here?
We can. Yeah.
Who do you talk to for that?
You talk to us. Yeah, you talk to catering or myself or yeah, absolutely.
We're considered next door waiting there. We've had the Cooper Vision, we've had
Yes.
some bars there, and we had the testing kitchen.
Yes.
Incredible.
That-
So the gentleman who runs the sushi was there, and he made all sorts of sushi for us. It was very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
without a doubt. Yeah. The test kitchen's fun.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
A couple of us were curious, what do you do with the food that is being, I don't know what you called it, but the one that you're throwing out,
Great.
but you shrink.
So
yeah.
so it depends on what it is. Some of it does have to go to the garbage, unfortunately, or to compost, I should say, and then some we are able to donate.
Okay. Is the compost compost go to the farm in Canandaigua, or?
No, it does go to a farm, but not.
Okay.
It just depends on the store. Yeah.
They were composting. Our friends were working with them for a while. We did composting.
Any other questions?
Do they do tours of the farm in Canandaigua?
You know, I don't know. Do they do public tours of the farm in Canandaigua?
They do actually public tours. Yeah. The summer months you can sign up. They do a couple during the summer.
Yeah, I bring a group out every year. They're really fun.
About what was
The
Oh,
farm.
okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.